I am learning. I'm still learning. I am learning. Oh goodness. Am I learning? I am learning how to type. Whoops. Using, with the S, using Stenography. Oh, I need to capitalize. Capitalize. Stenography. Nope. What did I do wrong? I like snog. Stenography. We got it. No. I'm learning how to type using stenography. I am learning how to type using stenography. It's been 1 month so far practicing using the uni. I am learning how to type using stenography, and I am not very good. I'm not much better than I was before, but I do know a little bit more now, and that's really helpful. So as just a heads up, I was traveling for a couple of weeks and didn't have much of an opportunity to practice. That said, I did bring the keyboard with me. I was testing its portability. There is, where is it? I'm gonna find this. So the uni came in this foam sort of container, and I just actually packed it in this and then covered the entire thing in like a big bag with the drawstrings, and I carried it around in this. Just sitting there thinking in my mind, I really like the form factor of the uni. I had looked at a couple of other boards, and people were asking me last time, hey Jarren, why did you choose the uni versus some other boards? There's the Eco Steno and a couple of others that are a similar form factor. And the reason, at least for me, was the uni was by far the smallest board that I could get. To be honest, I would even consider like a chiclet style keyboard. I used like a Magic keyboard all the time, and I don't mind them. Actually, I kind of like them, but I know that might might not go well with a lot of people. I've also seen though that a lot of the Steno boards have flat keycaps, and I guess it's very similar to the actual stenography machines. I've even thought about printing some, and in a future episode I will probably do that because I have a 3D printer, but I do think that the chiclet style keys might work well. I would really have to get used to it. The only problem is I don't have a keyboard that has straight ortholinear keys, so I couldn't really test very effectively. To be honest, if I really got committed to this form factor, I probably could see myself buying an ortholinear chiclet keyboard. It might be heretical to say that for some people, but that is honestly what I like the most. Portability is super important to me, and the uni is great at that, but I also do think it would be nice to have even smaller form factor. Okay, but with that said, I am here today to practice Steno. I have improved a little bit. We actually have some video of the board this time, which is great, and I also have been practicing where the key positions are on the keyboard. So my goal here is to rebuild the keyboard from memory, and I am not that great at it yet. I've tried and I've succeeded. I've also failed. So I'm gonna walk through what the keys are, and hopefully I'm not super wrong. So first off, we have S, and that one's really easy. There would theoretically be a number bar, I guess, on previous ones, but I now have like numbers and then the vowels. And I know my vowels, it's A, O, E, U, and another number. And I always thought this was weird because this is not A, E, I, O, U, it's A, O, E, U. And I'm assuming that's because the letters maybe appear more commonly with an O in the beginning and an E or U towards the end of the word, because again, everything on Steno is being written from the left side over to the right side. So we have S, we have T, that one's easy. We have K down here, and then I think it's just W, and I want to say R. I don't think that's right though, but maybe. There's a P, and there's also an H. And I think it's possible that I'm missing some, but I'm not. I know I'm not. Okay, so then star, 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 star. Okay, now I know there's an R here, which is why I'm hesitant that there would be an R here. I can't remember. Okay, so this is the thing. It's like it is not stored deep in my memory, and I need it to be to the point where it's muscle memory. But I guess to be fair, like when I'm using a keyboard, I can do that. But if someone asked me where if someone asked me where like a Y was on a computer keyboard, like a QWERTY keyboard, I would definitely have to sit and think for a second. I'm at the point right now where I'm kind of guessing some of these though, so maybe I'm not so great. Above it, I know I have an F. And then what else? What else is next? There's something else. This part gets a little foggy. So I know there's a T and an S. I know there's a Z on the side of the T, and there's also a D, and then there's an L. FLTD. Is that right? FLT. Yeah, so there's something else here. I'm missing one right here. It might be a G. FG. Maybe G's lower. And I don't know. I don't know what the other ones are. I'm gonna have to check. Oh, and I didn't know the G does not go here. Okay. So the G doesn't go here. It's actually a P. And then I have B, G. So I'm making progress, but I'm not quite there, and it does take time. Like it just matters as long, like when I'm using the keyboard, I just need to know where they are. And right now I just don't. That's okay. I'm making progress. A couple things that I've learned. Key combinations mean different things sometimes, but not always. I think this is kind of the hardest part about learning Steno right now, is that the words that I am typing follow rules sometimes. It's kind of like in English. There are, it's like I before E, except after C, or something like that. And the rule is basically saying, here's the rule, except sometimes it's not the rule. And that is the problem, I think, the hardest part about learning this. There are certain situations where I know key combinations, like a T and a K. If I were to press T and K, that would be a certain key. I believe it's B, if I can remember correctly. So I press that, or P and B at the end. Like I know if I press two keys at once, it's going to be a certain consonant towards the beginning of the word. But it's not always that way, because sometimes you don't do that. Sometimes there's a shorter key combination to make that word appear. So with that said, I am here. I want to just really jump into some actual typing. I've learned a couple more things. I'm starting to get better at understanding the paper tape. I actually have a use for it now. In the last video, I did not. This time I can actually go back and critique the keys that I've pressed. I can also more easily see combinations. So using the paper tape, I also pair with this little lookup tool, Plover. Inside of Plover, there's a lookup tool, so I can type something like fish, and it will show me those keys that I need to press there. In addition, there's also a fun little thing that I found in this plugins section in Plover. There's a combo section, so I can see how rapidly I'm completing words. Well, anyway, you have to be pretty quick at it, and I'm not pretty quick at it, so I don't think the combo thing will be very useful to me for a while, but it is nice. I feel like I'm being cheered on, so it kind of gamifies the experience. I think the more things that gamify this experience, the better. So I've also started to use Steno Jig, which allows me to drill on a bunch of different words. I can put in custom text, and I found this is really helpful because if I'm working or just doing something, typing to a friend in Discord or something, I can type the sentence out in QWERTY, and then I type it in here, and then I can practice trying that again. So let's say I want to type something like, "This is a lot of fun." So now I have the opportunity to type this using stenography. And I need to capitalize, "This is a," oops, I accidentally typed is again. "This is a lot of fun. period. Now, I think this is a perfect example of situations where two keys come together and they become one consonant or one word. This, now that's really easy. It doesn't always start off capitalized though, and I've learned that K, P, and A are the keys that will capitalize the first letter, and I can also turn off capitalization. So now if I type this, T-H-I-S, whoops, well, I don't know. I don't know what this is again. It doesn't show up in the corner. So sometimes I get a little helpless. I'm still working through this. But maybe it's just... Well, that's interesting. See, so this is see, look, an example. I typed THS, and it already put out this is A. Now here we have L. HR is L. O. T. Of. F. U. And then P and B are N. Fun. Period. It's such a weird experience, and I'm figuring things out as I type. I'm sure there's probably a better way to learn how to do this, but this is the most rewarding for me. I found that actually typing real sentences that I am in the process of sending to someone helped me a lot. Another cool thing is that I can select sentences from ebooks on Project Gutenberg, and I can drill based off of sentences there. So let's say I want to do the top 900 most used words. So I'm picking just 900 words to type with, and I'm going to start this drill. Now I have to work through this, and this is practicing with pretty common words that I have to learn how to type, and I find this to be really helpful too. EPS, especially after the FR, so TP is friends, F, FR, ENDZ, friends, R, D, DED, dead, period, she, so it's interesting if I type this key combination here, but I accidentally type U instead of E, it comes out as shoe. So now I try and remember that next time I need to type shoe, but I need to type she here. She had L, I is E and U, and then F and D. Lift, she had lift. Through, almost everything. That is to be F-O-N-D, found. Oh, and there's a U, found. In L. And I think sometimes, I'm just guessing, if there is a word, a 4-letter word or something like this, where I have a vowel, and then I have a consonant, and then I have a vowel again, sometimes they have me press the E ending the word. If let's say I don't press that, L-I-F, live, live, L-I-F. So by saying A-O-E-U, I've basically said, for some reason, this is a shorter word. I've seen people use this. I don't think it's helpful enough for me yet because I don't know. I actually don't know the keys I need to type. The ones that provide an actual representation of the steno board are the ones that I use right now. This is the one I also use as well. Okay, let's revise words that apparently I'm bad at. Now in this situation, I do not want to mess up, although if I do mess up, it will give me a hint. So it's H-E-D, head, H-A-L-F. Whoops. Why? Oh. H-A-F, not half. Half. Whose. W-H-O-Z. W-E-B? Is that one? Ah, I was wrong. W-E-B. Okay. That is my middle finger on my right hand. Spur. S-P-U-R. To be honest, the thing I don't like so much about this one is the fact that it doesn't have complete sentences that make sense. I don't really learn. I guess I do learn, but it's a different part of my brain, I think, that's thinking, because the sentences don't make sense. It's just a bunch of words put together. One syllable words with F as V or S. R-E. I know it's F because I'd seen it, and that's also the quiz type. Whoops. R-E-F-T. Roth? Oh, I did O. R-E-S-T. Reft. P-A-S-T. W-E-S-T. Just because F and S sound similar. Another crazy thing is that you can't do this in another language. You have to learn a completely different group of characters. K O F T. Well, that's easy. K-A-S-T. Those are some of my favorite words, by the way. Costs, tasks, masks, flasks, costs. They're great. S-T-O-F. A-O-E-U. A-O for actually ordinary, and EU for European Union. EU's easy. I can remember that one, but I always think the O is on the right-hand side. The O is right here. This is the O. O. A-O-E-U. Rests. R-E. S-T-S. Boom. R-E-S-T. Whoops. I did an H. So confident. One syllable words with unstressed vowels. Past. Okay, that was right. Horses. Okay, so H-O. R-Z. Interesting. Okay. So I got part of it. I messed up. I'm just going to have to... Oh, okay. That makes sense. H-O-R. Horses. S-E-Z is going to be S and Z at the end. S-T-O. P-P-E-D. Stopped. Star... R-T-D. Oops. T-D, not L-D. Proved. That one's easy. P-R. Nope. P-R. I don't want to look at this hint. I wish it would give me a hint a second, like after I messed up a second time. I wonder if I can change that setting. No. Oh, I could also show the briefs as text. Let's try that. It would help me learn how to do the paper type tape as well. Settled. S-E. Dang, I did S-O. S-E-L-T-D. S-E. Oh man, I always mess up. LTD is easy. I think like limited liability company. That's what I think, LTD. So that about wraps it up this time. I feel pretty good about it. I was thinking about live streaming some practice sessions. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that. I don't know if I would do it on TikTok or really where I would do it, but I think realistically, this is something that works really well if I can take about an hour to spend time doing it. And I find it to be valuable enough for me. I also know I should probably be typing in a better position. I think I might put it on my lap and type there, but it also doesn't work very well for the video. So to some degree, I'm compromising the integrity of practice to make sure that this is entertaining. I don't know how much I should do of that, but I did this time. We'll keep that in mind for the future. I hope to improve just a little bit more. I think if I could use it for common conversation in a Discord group or something, that would be really helpful. I think one of the best ways I'm going to do that is by using the Steno Jig to practice those sentences that I'm typing. I'm also going to keep going through the lessons in Typey Type, and if I feel like I've learned enough, then I'll probably move on. But if I do get stuck on things, I'm probably going to stick with it for a while. I really want to make sure that I'm picking up the tips and tricks, and there are a lot of lessons. I really think if I go through all of these lessons, wow, there are a lot of lessons. Numbers, learning how to type with numbers, and there are some really long ones. Multiple syllable words with double consonant letters, 1,200 words in that combination. This is really going to be something that I'm going to continuously have to be refining. I do not expect this to be overnight. That said, I do want to make more videos about this. Hopefully they will be out more frequently. I'm thinking like a 2-week cadence probably works pretty well for me, and it will give me time to practice maybe a live stream or just on my own, and then also to show off some of the skills that I'm learning. I hope that the improvement video to video is at least observable. Otherwise, I think the videos will get a little bit boring. But we'll see. To be honest, if this is going to be a long-term thing, I might just slow down the frequency of videos until I feel like I've improved enough to show off how it's going. But that's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of regularity. And of course, I don't just do this in my life. I do a lot of other things. I am mainly a designer. I do a lot of user interface, user experience, working on getting into product design, and I'm also building a nonprofit in my free time. So if you enjoyed, stick around, and I'll see you next time.